Hi everybody, it's Tim from Tim Wagner Music, and what we're going to talk today about is, are you good enough to be able to teach? So basically what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people that are thinking about getting into teaching music, or they're thinking about learning how to play another instrument and being able to teach that instrument. Well, the bottom line is you don't have to be a phenomenal player. Am I a phenomenal player? Can be at certain times. Am I an awesome player? Possibly, but I'm not the best guitar player. I'm not the best piano player out there because there's always people that are going to be better than you. No matter how much you practice, somebody's always going to be better. That doesn't mean that doesn't make you into a good teacher. You have to have the right personality and to be able to explain things clearly in a logical order to become a good teacher. And to have that personality that the kids and the adults want to come back and see you week after week after week. If you have a dry personality, you are useless. And boy, have I seen a lot of teachers out there that their personality is drier than a desert. It is just awful. I've interviewed so many teachers like that, and they get in their teaching and they fall flat on their face. But that's another video in itself. But the bottom line is, you always, of course, want to practice and become good at this instrument. So for example, I had this one teacher that used to work for me, and he taught violin, viola, cello, piano, guitar, voice. He taught almost everything. He had a lot of students because of this. Was he good at any of those instruments? Absolutely not. You can't practice that much on all those instruments there. But he was good enough, and he had the personality that this guy was always full, had a waiting list, and he was always in demand. So you can be like that too. So if you go out and you learn how to play another instrument that's completely different from what you're doing, a more popular instrument, you can get more students that way. Now you don't have to become, like I said, great at it. You just got to know what you're doing and let your personality ride with you. So for example, in the city I'm in, they have a huge string program in the schools, and most of the time they can't find even teachers to teach this. So basically they go out to other teachers that may be woodwind or brass teachers and say, hey, here's a bunch of string instruments, school starts in a month, learn these, and we're going to put you in with the kids here. So you don't have to be on the instrument for very long. Obviously, if you know how to read music, then you can actually go in there and learn how to play another instrument very quickly as you go through. So don't be afraid to go out there and learn another instrument. Another big instrument that was really big was the ukulele. Years ago, tons of people, and even still right now, still want to learn this instrument for some unknown reason. I went to my guitar teacher. I said, guys, you got to learn how to play this thing. You can get more students. Most of them were reluctant, but anyway, so the ones that did learn how to play the ukulele ended up getting tons of students. I didn't even know how to play ukulele. I went out there and learned it. Took a couple weeks, learned how to play the instrument, learned some chords, some notes on it, and next thing you know, we had tons of students. Now, of course, as guitar players, we hate ukulele. It's basically a toy, and a guitar player's opinion. These aren't real instruments, but people want to learn them. They're willing to pay you the same amount of money to learn something. So don't be afraid to go out there and learn something. Don't think that you're not good enough to be able to teach. I had one teacher that had a doctorate degree. She was just awful in those lessons, just awful. Just because you have tons of degrees doesn't mean you are a good teacher. I'd rather hire somebody who doesn't have a doctorate degree to teach for me. It's all about personality and having that cool factor where the kids want to come back week after week after week and see you. So bottom line, do you have to be a great teacher? Absolutely not. Certainly doesn't hurt. But if you're thinking about learning a new instrument, go out there, learn it. It's going to bring in a lot of new students for you. And also keep up with your current instrument. It doesn't hurt. Play every day. Keep playing. You're going to get better. But remember, 95% of your students, 98% in some cases, are beginners. So it's going to take many, many years for them to get at from that one stage all the way up to where you're at. So if you find this information helpful, don't forget to subscribe. And remember, work smarter, not harder. Until then.